Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Village Council of Forest Parks regular meeting will come to order. This is our Monday, February 10, 2025 meeting. We begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. If you're able, please rise.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Maxham,
Here.
Commissioner Nero, Commissioner Mellon Rogovin,
Here.
Commissioner Vogt,
Here.
Mayor Hoskins.
Here. Okay, approval of the minutes. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from the January 27th regular meeting of the council?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Maxham. Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Mellon Rogovin. Discussion? All right, there's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxham, Commissioner Mellon Rogovin,
Here. Aye.
Commissioner Vogt,
Good
morning. Mayor Hoskins.
Aye. Okay, are there any public comments for tonight?
No.
Okay. Commissioners, there are no formal communications before the council tonight. Under department reports, it looks like we've had the January Fire Department's report. If you have any comments, questions, reflections, now is the time, Commissioners. Okay, we are at bills by resolution. Madam Clerk, whenever you're ready.
Be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Forest Park, Cook County, Illinois, that we dispense with the reading of the individual bills inasmuch as each department head has approved and signed bills in the following aggregate amount for their respective departments. Refunds and allocations, $75. Public Affairs, $12,521.30. Police Department, $25,482.55. Community Center, $1,200. Accounts and Finance Clerk's Office, $210,886.41. Accounts and Finance Fire Department, $10,662.05. Department of Health and Safety, $863. Streets and Public Improvements, $98,299.31. Public Property, $34,269.23. Seizure, $7,324.23. Federal Customs, $8,704.34. Federal Customs, TIF, $777. VIP, $358.01. Water Department, $11,840.67, for a total of $423,263.10.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commissioners, is there a motion to adopt the resolution on the?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Maxham. Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Mellon Rogovin. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxham, Commissioner Mellon Rogovin,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt.
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye.
This is Resolution R-13-25.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commissioners, we're moving to the new business section. We're going to pass on item 1. There are some things that still need to be attended to. So at this time, the chair, will entertain a motion on an ordinance waiving the bid and authorizing the acceptance and execution of a proposal by Vertex One LLC for water utility customer portal. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Mellon Rogovin. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Vogt. Discussion? Okay, there's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxham, Commissioner Mellon Rogovin,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt.
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye.
This is ordinance O-07-25.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commissioners, next item is an ordinance waiving the bid and authorizing the acceptance and execution of a proposal with Core and Main LP for water utility support meters. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Mellon Rogovin. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Vogt. Discussion? All right, there's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxim? Commissioner Mellon Rogovan?
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt?
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins?
Aye.
This is ordinance O-08-25.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. All right, the chair will entertain a motion for an amendment of the ordinance, section 3-5-1, having to do with licenses and fees in the municipal code. Is there a motion? Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Maxim. Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Mellon Rogovan. Discussion? All right, there's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxim? Commissioner Mellon Rogovan?
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt?
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins?
Aye.
This is ordinance O-09-25.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commissioners, the chair will entertain a motion to approve and authorize membership in the Illinois Public Works Mutual Aid Network. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
It's been moved by Commissioner Mellon Rogovan. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Vogt. Discussion? All right, there's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxim? Commissioner Mellon Rogovan?
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt?
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins?
Aye.
This is ordinance O-10-25.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commissioners, is there a motion to waive the bid process and authorize acceptance of a proposal for a Village Parkway tree pruning agreement with Davis Tree Care?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Vogt. Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Mellon Rogovan. Discussion? There's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxim? Commissioner Mellon Rogovan?
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt?
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins?
Aye.
This is ordinance O-11-25.
Commissioners, next item is an ordinance approving and authorizing the execution of a master agreement supplement to Gordon Flesh Company for the lease and maintenance of 6 printer copiers. Is there a motion? It's been moved by Commissioner Maxim. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Vogt. Discussion? Okay, there's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxim? Commissioner Mellon Rogovan?
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt?
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins?
Aye.
This is ordinance O-12-25.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commissioners, next item is a resolution approving the specifications and authorizing the advertising of bids for the 2025 Green Alley Improvements Project. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Mellon Rogovan. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Vogt. Discussion? All right, there's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxim? Commissioner Mellon Rogovan?
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt?
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins?
Aye.
This is resolution R-14-25.
All right, next item is a resolution, resolution for improvement under the Illinois Highway Code for the use of motor fuel taxes for the Ferdinand Avenue and Adams Street resurfacing project. This is funded by Rebuild Illinois Bonds. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Mellon Rogovan. Is there a second? It's been seconded by Commissioner Maxim. Discussion? Okay, there's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxim? Commissioner Mellon Rogovan?
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt?
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins?
Aye.
This is resolution R-15-25.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commissioners, next item is a resolution for improvement under the Illinois Highway Code, also using Illinois motor fuel tax funds for the Ferdinand Avenue and Adams Street resurfacing project, but this is funded by a different pool of motor fuel taxes. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Mellon Rogovan. Is there a second? It's been seconded by Commissioner Maxim. Discussion? All right, there's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxim? Commissioner Mellon Rogovan?
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt? Mayor Hoskins.
Aye.
This is Resolution R-16-25.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commissioners, next item, seeking a motion for approval of a request to fill a firefighter vacancy. Is there a motion? Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Maxham. Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Mellon Rogovan. Discussion? Okay, there's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxham. Commissioner Mellon Rogovan.
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt.
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye. All right, Commissioners, next item is a motion for approval of a use of public way request by the Harlem Manor Choir. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Vogt. Is there a second? Been seconded by Commissioner Maxham. Discussion? All right, there's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxham. Commissioner Mellon Rogovan.
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt.
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye. All right, Commissioners, our final item under new business is a motion seeking approval for a series of community center contracts with Jacob Henry, Drury Lane, and the Fireside Theater. Is there a motion to approve? Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Maxham. Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Mellon Rogovan. Discussion? All right, there's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxham. Commissioner Mellon Rogovan.
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt.
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye. All right, that concludes our new business this evening. We are at Administrator's Report.
Good evening. First of all, I want to thank you for approving 2 of the 3 agreements tonight in regards to the water meter project. The village staff here and Verigy, who is our consulting firm that is working on this project with us, met last week to do our kickoff. So the approvals that you passed tonight are going to allow us to start working on the customer portal, which is going to eventually allow the users to be able to access their water meter usage. And so hopefully will allow people to kind of have a better idea of how they're using water, and they won't have to wait until we do billing to realize that, you know, they may have a water leak somewhere in their house. They'll be able to eventually be able to check that real time. And then the second agreement was for the company that we are going to use to get us the water meters and help us with the install. So I'm hoping as we go through this to be able to keep everybody updated in how we are going with the water meter project. A lot of the work initially is going to be internally on the back end. So before we can even do the install, we'll have to get our software up to speed and connect everything to our accounting on the inside. So it's probably going to be a little bit before the public sees anything with the water meter project, but there's going to be a lot of work going on by staff internally to get there. Since Clerk Belmonte is up there, I'm going to mention that the vehicle sticker notices have been prepped. We had over 10,000 vehicles. Yes. The clerk's office worked with the Secretary of State again this year to collect data from the state's database on which vehicles were registered to Forest Park. And so we were able to import that data into our own. And so hopefully this year we'll be able to capture more of the vehicles that actually reside here in Forest Park. So I have to give a huge shout out to Clerk Belmonte and her staff. Last week, there were piles and piles and piles and piles of papers, and they have to go through every single one to double check if there's duplicates and, you know, and make sure everything is right. We had an upgrade in our online ticketing payment process as well. And so Clerk Belmonte worked with the DACRA to make sure that the process was smooth for customers and they weren't having to click through various different things to get there. So I just want to acknowledge that and appreciate her and her staff's work on that. We had I thought, a really good legislative breakfast that I will leave the details to the elected officials to if you're planning on talking about that during your reports. And then lastly, I just want to mention that Director Stella has been monitoring. Right now, what do we have? 3 potential snowstorms, weather events that are coming in the next week. And so just to everybody out there, pay attention to the village's Facebook page. We will also send out e-blasts if we do have to put the snow route parking bans in place. And so if you're not on the village e-newsletter or the village's e-blast, it's very simple. You can just go to our website, put in your email address, and then you'll be on the list. You can also email contact@forestpark.net and just ask us to add your email address to the list, and we can do that as well. So we are planning for that. We have plenty of salt, as I think the whole state of Illinois does as well. So just know that we're monitoring that, and we will keep the public informed, if anything changes in regards to parking and overnight parking in particular. Thank you.
Thank you, Administrator Entler. We're at Commissioner's Report. Commissioner Maxim.
Really briefly, I actually wasn't going to give a report, but I was reminded of the legislative breakfast we had and a conversation I had with Director Olmsted earlier regarding federal funding that our village has been counting on. We don't have any word on whether we're getting it or not, or what the status of that is, but there was discussion about that at the legislative breakfast, and we're of course hoping that we do see that funding, and I'm sure that Administrator Entler will keep us all updated on that. So that's all I have for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Maxim. Commissioner Melvin Ragovan.
Thank you. I just wanted to note, listening to Administrator Entler, that we certainly have a lot going on to serve our residents in the Public Works Department and our staff in Village Hall, and Director Stella has been leading that charge with Administrator Entler, and the changes and the work that's been going on with the water utility portal, and we're getting ready for Green Alley repairs and resurfacing and moving forward with improvements on Ferdinand and Thomas. Even in the winter months, we're making sure that our residents are well served as we're preparing to update and make changes and make life better in Forest Park for residents, because we have our 3-year infrastructure plan. And I just wanted to thank my colleagues in Village Hall who are moving that work forward. And as Administrator Entler says, it does happen a lot behind the scenes in preparation work. And it does take a lot of time, and with our colleagues who we contract with to make sure it's done right. But the changes and the work that we have going forward are going to actually save our residents money and create a better environment in Forest Park for us all. Also wanted to comment about the legislative breakfast and the networking that we had at the WCMC and over the weekend with our legislators, both in Springfield and in the Congress, and where we've heard some updates about what's happening in Washington, but also in Springfield. And the news is not all bleak. I think we have the pleasure and the luck of having very good legislators who are advocating for us at the local level for infrastructure needs, for things that we need in Illinois and in Forest Park for us. And it's a pleasure to work with Mayor Hoskins to make sure that we're getting ongoing information about what's happening. One of the things, and I won't comment too much on it, but Mayor Hoskins and Administrator Entler and I met with the Army Corps of Engineers to hear about one of our projects, a water project that is going through the process of being reviewed at the federal level to see what the steps are for approval and funding. So that's still going through the process, but it was good to hear about the steps that it's going through, and the fact that we have people advocating for us at the national level. And it is also heartening to say that, we did make an approval for German Fest on this agenda. So summer is coming despite the weather. So thank you very much. I don't have anything to add.
Thank you, Commissioner Mellon Rigovan. Commissioner Vogt.
Thanks. Yeah, I'll just briefly add that the legislative breakfast very early this past Saturday morning. It was great, and it's actually very energizing to be able to come together with our colleagues and fellow municipalities and with all of our representatives throughout the ranks, to just have our state and federal representatives there and to be able to hear how hard all of our representatives are working for us, trying to make sure that we navigate these sort of uncertain times. So it was a really great way to spend our Saturday morning, and I appreciate being there with all of you. And then I just wanted to remind folks that our spring tree planting will be happening very soon, and there still are some trees available. You can look at our tree survey map on the village's website under forestry, or there was a link and a little explanation about this in the recent newsletter. The tree map lets you zoom right into the parkway in front of your house, and you can see information there about the tree that's planted in your parkway, or if there's an available spot to plant a tree. If you have an available spot, it's indicated by a black circle with a blue pin. And if you would like a parkway tree, we encourage you to get your request in as soon as possible. They'll be filled on a first come basis. And if you don't see an available space marked on the map, but it looks like you have one in front of your house, please feel free to reach out for more information about why it isn't listed as available or how you can still get a tree. You can reach out to me directly or call the village. And then we have enjoyed not only our Tree City USA designation for almost 5 years, but we've received a growth award the last, I think, 3 years, 4 years. Oh, nice. So this isn't just through the hard work here at the village and Public Works and with our staff and our efforts, but it's in partnership with our residents. So when our residents accept parkway trees and partner with us and the village to keep them healthy and watered in those first few years, that's ensuring that Forest Park continues to meet our Tree City requirements and that we're staying on track with our urban forest management plan. And I encourage folks to get their requests in soon, and I want to thank the many residents that understand the value of our trees and what they provide our community, and those of you that are taking the care of our trees very seriously. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Vogt. So commissioners everyone at this table, except for Attorney Peppers, attended the legislative breakfast. So I thank you all for representing the village. You don't work for the village, so you're excused, right? Everyone took time out of their Saturday morning, but these kind of networking events do matter, in my opinion. So in April and in May, there'll be the opportunities to lobby on behalf of the village in Springfield with the IML and with the WCMC respectively. In terms of, what's happening at the federal level, we're working very hard to, claw any funds that we're entitled to or think we're entitled to. And we'll continue to do so, and that applies at the state level as well. But then more back to the local level, I want to thank the staff here who welcomed the students from Walcott School on their career day here last week. The stars were the police department and the fire department. We wanted to go to Public Works, but they didn't have transportation. So I know that Public Works had a great show for these high school kids, but maybe at some future date. But in all seriousness, the kids really did appreciate it. So thank you to the staff who made an impact on these young people. Having said that, the chair will entertain a motion to adjourn. Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Maxham. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Mellon Rigovan. Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Maxam, Commissioner Mellon Rigovan,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt,
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye. We stand adjourned.